team. We're a team that competes in contests all over the country. While competing, we also set up and do some vending. But today I'd like to show you some recipes that I like to do at home that I can cook either in my smoker or on my grill. And you can have a lot of fun with them. Today we're going to make crab cakes, just plain and simple crab cakes that a lot of people don't realize you can do outside, and I think you'll enjoy them. Right now I'm chopping up 2 spring onions, just 2, this should be plenty, about the equivalent of about tablespoon or 2.5 teaspoons. There, it's going to go in my mixing bowl. Okay, some good lump crab meat. You can buy this in most grocery stores. If you can't find it there, someone should be able to tell you where there may be a meat market or a fish place where you can purchase it.
Is that raw?
It is raw. 1 container of this would be plenty for the amount we're making. This is about the equivalent of a cup. A little bit of mayonnaise, about a good tablespoon, maybe 2, depending on how soft you want it to be. I don't like mine real mushy. Some mustard.
Plain cheap mustard, right?
Just a plain, cheap, inexpensive mustard. About a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half. You just want the flavor of it. You don't want it to overtake and spoil the mustard. When you're mixing this, you want to be careful not to just stir and mix. You want to just kind of fold it in. The less damage, the less you break up the breaking up of the crab meat, the better. 1 egg, lightly scrambled. Touch of lemon juice, just a little bit, just a few sprinkles. You don't want much. Now I like to put a little bit of fresh garlic. I was unable to find any this week, so we're going to substitute. You can always use some powder if you can't find the fresh. Just a dash of salt. It doesn't need a whole lot of salt flavoring. Spice it up a little bit of pepper. I like pepper. A little bit of breadcrumbs to kind of hold it together, to give it a little firmity. Always have to season it with something good. I like my Texas Red Ranger spicy. You can get it in many stores, not grocery stores, but Texas specialty stores. And if you can't find it there, you can find it online.
And what's the web address?
The web address is ribsandrubs.com. If you can't find it there, you can go to texasribrangers.com, and that'll also take you to the same website. And just a gentle mixing. Going for a little extra spice sometimes. You don't always have to use this, but it does add a little bit of flavor. Just a little bit of some any brand Worcestershire sauce. And just a little bit.
About a 1/4 tablespoon? Or?
Yeah, about an 1/8 to 1/4 tablespoon. Depending on what kind of flavor you like. If you like a strong, bold flavor, you can add a little more. The beauty of this recipe is it's not written in stone. You can do a whole lot of things. I think I want to add just a little bit more breadcrumbs to it, just to give it a little more body. And the breadcrumbs you can kind of add if you like at the end. You don't have to add them in the middle. This recipe is very easy. You just want to kind of keep working it in a little bit till you get something that's easier to work with. Or you can make it into a patty. I like my patties kind of soft and I like them real meaty, so I don't add too much breadcrumb to it. Now that we have them mixed up, let me show you how to put them together and put them on the grill. We're simply going to take the crab cakes, make a patty. Take a little extra breadcrumb. Oops, excuse me here. Pat them on the inside. Okay. Once you put some of the breadcrumbs on it, it's going to give it an outside coating. I like to flavor it with a little bit of my rub. This also gives it a little bit of color. And there's the top, or the bottom, there's the top, and that's done. One more time. Turn it into a patty. Make it nice and delectable. Add a little bit of breadcrumbs to it. Pat that in. Set that over. We bought commercial breadcrumbs today, but you can take this at home and you can use your favorite type of breadcrumbs, or you could even make your own. I really like to sometimes make my own. And it's just simply drying the bread out and turning it into crumbs, and then coating it, especially for the outside. Actually, I like doing by hand. Simply by using dried breadcrumbs and just really just kind of crumble them in your hand. That way you get such a different texture, and it's more flaky and soft. Yet it really looks kind of bulky and old-fashioned. So when you put it on here, it looks a lot different than it will if you use the regular breadcrumbs. Simply lay the foil in here. You can lay it on one side, you can lay it on the other, you can lay it in the middle. Just a preference. Just simply take and scoop these off and set these right here. This way they get all the smoke and all, but they won't go through the grate. Now we're going to close this and let this get nice and warm, and it'll go back up to about 225 degrees. This can get as high as 300 degrees and cook it really well, but we want it soft and moist. We don't want it really crusty. We're going to let these in here for about 15-20 minutes and check them.
Ready.
All right, it's just about time. They should be just about finished. Let's check and see. Yes, I believe they are. Nice and tender, nice and firm. They're cooked right through. Remember when I put them on earlier, I said we were going to come back and check them in 15 minutes. I came back about 15 minutes later and they were done, so I just gently flipped them over one time. Just like that, because you don't want to break them up, and if you handle these, they're very delicate. So flip them over just one time and close the lid and let them finish cooking. Once they're finished, now all you've got to do is come in and gently pull them off and plate them up. What do you think? Good enough to eat?
Good morning, this is Bill Milroy from Texas Rib Rangers Barbecue here in Georgia today, coming at you. We're going to do a little bit of grilling with some vegetables today and show you how we do some of our vegetables and everything on the grill. We're going to start with a head of cabbage. We're going to get into it. Do a little stuffed cabbage today for you. And what we're going to do is take the core out here. You just cut around here and take the core out. Just trying to show you guys if there's other things you can do besides just barbecue your meat and everything. I'm kind of butchering this cabbage right now. It just doesn't want to cooperate, but we'll get it there. And there we go. Pull your cabbage core out. Get a little deeper down in there where you got some room. What we're going to do today is we're going to stuff this cabbage with some butter and jalapenos. Get this over here out of the way. What we're going to do is we're going to get as much of the core as you can out of the center, which is what we've got here right now. Kind of push this over to the side. And we're going to take a jalapeno pepper. You know, based on the amount of heat that you like as to how much you'll put in here. What we're going to do is we're going to cut these jalapenos. A lot of people don't like heat, so your heat is in your membranes and your seeds in the center of your pepper. So we're going to take the membranes out today, keep it from being quite so hot, and get the flavor of the jalapeno but not get as much of the heat out of it. Same thing on this other side. Get all of this taken out of the center, and just remember when you get done here, after handling these jalapenos, wash your hands thoroughly, because you will get a surprise when you go to wipe your eyes, your face, and everything there. Get as many of the seeds out of there as you can. If you really want to do it, you can take it over and wash them out, but I like a little bit of heat, so we're going to leave a little bit of it in here today. And then what I like to do is cut them up like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stuff them down in the middle of the cabbage. Like so. Push them down in there good. Get them down in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a half a stick of butter. We're going to stick right down in the center of it. Put the jalapenos in there and you stuck the butter in. I like to add a little bit more flavor to it. So we're going to put a little bit of barbecue seasoning here around the around the cabbage, I'm sorry. We're going to pair a piece of foil about 18 inches. We're going to set the cabbage in the center of it. And we're going to make sure we have plenty of seasoning here around the cabbage. And get a little bit of barbecue flavor to it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it up tight. Seal it off. We're going to take it out and put it on the smoker at about 275 degrees, or put it on the grill around 275, 300 until it gets pork tender. Hey guys, we're out here by the lake now. What we've got is we're going to put this cabbage here on our Louisiana grill. That's a new state-of-the-art wood pellet smoker grill combination. It's made by Danson out of Canada. We're going to put it on here. We're going to kick the heat up just a little bit. We want it up about 325, 350 degrees. We're going to come back there for a while and we're going to check on it.
Lemons on, olive oil and vinaigrette, and some zesty Italian, Hidden Valley Ranch zesty Italian dressing.
Now you're pulling the skin back. You gonna cook them that way and then pull the skin back over?
No, I'm going to season underneath the skin after I get some of this marinade a little better under there. Make that rub of heat better.
The rub you gonna put on is a combination or
Spicy.
just spicy?
Just the spicy today. I'm using the rosemary and it's just not giving me what I need right now on it too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's something that the judges don't. Everybody in the restaurants like it, but it's not doing good on the circuit, so I'm gonna change a little today.
How many thighs you gonna do for the box?
There'll only go 6 of them will go in the box.
How many you gonna cook to choose those 6?
Here.
This is your rib rub.
Spicy rub. Not too thick under the skin. Just enough to give it some flavor. Hi, honey.
Is that skin gonna adhere when you put it on the grill?
Oh, I'm gonna roll it, tuck it.
And you're gonna have to pin it in?
Yeah. We'll make it. Don't want to put the holes in it.
There was a team.
Huh?
There was a team last year on the circuit that used
Colored toothpick.
colored toothpicks to pin
Did
it.
it one time on a chicken breast.
Makes an interesting looking piece of meat.
Yeah.
Not necessarily appealing, but interesting.
It could deem it as a marked entry
Yeah, that too.
in the competition.
How long have those birds been on?
About an hour.
Did you season them the same way?
Yes, sir.
You gonna pull those?
Yes, sir.
Mix up the dark and the white.
Yeah. Have the dark and the white on the bottom of the tray, and then chicken thighs on the top.
Gonna put green in the box?
Yes, sir. A little bit of leaf lettuce in there. A little bit of parsley. Go, Tim. Shut that down.
What temperature are these?
225.
Hi, I'm Johnny O, and we're back, and we're going to we got our eggs on the smoking on the grill, and we got some bacon we're going to put with our eggs. We're going to call this is caramelized bacon. Very simple to do. You just take your bacon and put a little bit of brown sugar on both sides. Doesn't have to be real thick, just kind of light, and then a little brown on there. And we're going to take these out and put with our eggs. These only take about 20 minutes to do at a high heat, kind of away from the flame if you're indirect heat. And since this is a brunch, we're also going to put some corn on the grill. And well, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to put it on just like it was picked out of the field. And now some people, they soak it in water before they do it. Some people take the husk off. I like doing it this way. Reason being, you got a green husk, and that's going to kind of steam that corn inside. I'm not taking the silks out, because when this corn is done off the grill, you can kind of reach right up here and pull out, and every one of those silks will pull out, so you don't have any problem with it. If you did it now, you kind of have to brush the silks out. So it's a little bit easier just to put it on like that. And then we're going to do some potatoes on the grill. Something else is very easy. You just take a potato and a little bit of olive oil. Just kind of get it all over the potato there. And then it's pretty simple. Just hold it up real tight. And these will be ready for the grill. And we'll take those out there. Now it's going to take about an hour for the potatoes to cook on the grill. And about 45 minutes to an hour for the corn. So those are kind of timed just right. Now the bacon's only going to take 20 minutes, so we'll put the bacon on, and then a little bit later we'll put the corn and potatoes on. All right, we're ready.
Today we're going to make an easy rum raisin cafloti. Take 2 eggs, beat the eggs. Add a half cup of milk. 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup oat flour. We're trying to make it healthy. The oat flour we made from grinding oatmeal in our spice blender. Beat that in well. Two teaspoons plus 1 tablespoon, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, plus 1 tablespoon of Pritchard's key lime rum, pinch of salt, fresh 1 teaspoon of fresh squeezed lime juice, blend those well. Now we have a cup of raisins. The cup was measured after they were soaked in rum. And we're going to add the raisins to the bottom of the pan after we have melted 2 tablespoons of butter in the bottom of the pan. To that, we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of fresh nutmeg. We pour our mixture over our raisins. And bake for 40 minutes at 350 degrees. I'm going to use my handy dandy Lodge to catch any overflow. And now we wait. Here's the cafloti as it comes out of the oven. It will fall a little bit, and it's good warm or cold.